Hi everybody, I'm back with more info about macros and why it can be so beneficial for everyone. So if you jump on while I'm live, give it a like, drop me an emoji, say something so I know you're here, let me know if you have any questions. And I want to make 3 big points today that I put in the description. So I'm going to try to keep it super short. So if you don't know anything about macros, number 1, subscribe to the FitFizz podcast on any podcast app and check out episodes 39, 40, and 41, and the one that I just did this past Wednesday, which was episode 53. So check those out to learn about macros. I'm just trying to give little bits and pieces, but I do have macro coaching that's available right now. It's at an introductory price. It is personalized to you. So this is not cookie cutter stuff that I'm just waiting to send out. I don't even have it ready to go until you give me information that you fill out after the checkout page. So it's very personalized. And one thing that I really want to address is who this is and is not for. I talked a little bit about it, but to emphasize a little bit more, it's really beneficial, as I've been saying on other videos, it's beneficial for anyone, especially if you've never tracked food before. If you've ever wondered, am I getting enough protein? Am I eating too many carbs? Am I eating enough healthy fats? How do I know? This is what you want to try. Because it really opens up the doors in a way that if you're fueling your body adequately for your personal goals, and it's also going to leave extra room for having treats that you like. Like if you want ice cream every day, it can work into that. And that's another thing. Can't believe I didn't even mention this stuff until now, but that is a huge reason why counting macros is so beneficial. And if you are thinking, I don't have time, I'm not good at math, I don't know how to do this, don't let any of that stop you, because there's really not much math involved, especially if you use an app. You really don't have to do much math at all, except to enter the food that you're eating. You don't have to enter any numbers, just the actual food, and you just see it get closer to your goal, and you just try to hit that end number for your protein, your carbs, and your fats. So let me get back on track with the 3 things I wanted to talk about. Number 1, what if you have food sensitivities? That's totally fine. And that's part of the beauty of it. It's flexible. I have a ton of food sensitivities, and basically you just have to get your protein, carbs, and fats from whatever food sources you decide. So if you pay for the custom macros, it takes you to a form that you're going to fill out to tell me about you and your goals and your habits and your preferences. One of the questions is about your style of eating, if you're vegan or paleo or keto. And I don't recommend starting macros and starting one of those types of diets at the same time, because I'm not going to guide you on like keto recipes or paleo recipes. I'm not here to do that. But if you do like to eat that way, you can continue to do so, if that makes any sense. Also, so let's say you are sensitive to grains. Maybe you have leaky gut that you're dealing with. You can still do this. And a lot of times, if you have health issues, autoimmune issues, this is going to make it even easier, because if you have those types of things going on, digestive issues, autoimmune issues, stress issues, which cause stomach problems, getting your nutrition on track is going to only help you with those issues, because a lot of those things, I have to be careful how I say this for legal reasons, but really can be greatly reversed or put into remission with adequate nutrition. And so by having your macros calculated, if you're getting adequate nutrition or not. And I also want to throw in too, and I've said this before, but in case this is your first video that you're watching, macros is not something where I do these calculations, give you how much protein, carbs, and fat you eat every day, and you just take it and that's the end. No, it has to be adjusted eventually, which is why I also have the option for one-on-one coaching, because you can take it and run with it and do adjustments down the road on your own, or you can come back to me and pay to have me recalculate it, or you can do one-on-one coaching. So I'm there to guide you and help you figure out what does work best for you, because as your body changes, as your goals change, as your weight changes, your body fat percentage changes, as your preference changes, you're going to want to make tweaks to your macro breakdown, meaning how much protein you'll eat each day, how much carbs you'll eat each day, how much fat you'll eat each day. So hopefully that makes sense, but it works beautifully even if you have food sensitivities. And part of what's great about it too is there's really no food restrictions, which comes back into my point that I'm going to make about getting to eat treats that you like. If you like to eat ice cream every day, you can work that in. It's not about deprivation. It's about fueling your body in the best and smartest way possible. So before I emphasize on that, my second point that I put is how it differs from counting calories. So we all get the concept of calories, but if macros is a new idea to you, or like how is that different from counting calories? Counting macros is a more refined way, a more adequate way, or a more accurate way. And think of it like this. If you have a car and you need your car to go, you know that it needs tires, you know that it needs gas, you know that it needs oil. So let's just take those three things, for example. I don't know if this will be the best analogy, but we'll go with it. So you know that your car needs tires, gas, oil to run. So if you're just counting calories, it's almost like you're just putting gas in your car and you never change your oil. You never even check to see how the oil level is. You never bother to change your tires. You just keep going on them no matter what. So in a way, counting calories is just like having the mindset like, as long as my car has gas, I don't have to worry about anything else going wrong with it ever, which we know is not true, right? So with macros, it's more like having your car and you always check to make sure that it has gas. You make sure that it has drivable tires. You make sure that you change your oil as needed. That's how counting macros compares to just counting calories. So hopefully that little analogy made sense, because when let's say you have an ice cream sundae, and you know that's going to have, let's say it has 1,000 calories. It could be more, it could even be like 1,800, 2,000 calories. Let's say 1,000 to make it round. So if you're counting calories, let's say you have an ice cream sundae, it's 2,000 calories. And recommended daily allowance is about 2,000 calories for the average human. So if you have an ice cream sundae, 2,000 calories, and are you going to eat that and say, well, I got everything that my body needs for the day? No, right? Because you're not getting nutrition from an ice cream sundae. But if you were to get 2,000 calories from things like chicken, which is protein, and broccoli, which is some carbs and other nutrients that you need to stay healthy, micronutrients as opposed to macronutrients. And if you had, let's say, some sweet potatoes for some carbs, that's going to take a lot of food, right? If we were to build those foods up to 2,000 calories. But so you can see the difference but if you did have 2,000 calories worth of chicken, broccoli, and sweet potatoes, that is a lot of food, right? And you could probably eat that at 3 different times a day and feel full. Whereas if you binged on a big ice cream sundae at, say, like 11 a.m., you're going to be starving the rest of the day. So that's hopefully that explains a little bit more about the difference between counting calories and counting macros. Now, the third point that I wanted to make about how it's less restrictive, it actually leaves more room for you to enjoy things, is because let's say you were supposed to have 200 grams of protein. That's so out of your macro breakdown, let's say it's like 200 grams of protein. Well, let's not worry about the carbs and fats for now, just to for the sake of simplicity and to make this quick. And, you know, you had your breakfast, you entered your protein, and, you know, it's counting all of your macros, carbs, and fats too. And you entered it for your lunchtime meal and your dinner meal. And you might have 400 calories room that you did not use up of like budgeted towards the rest of the meals that you already ate. You can have some ice cream to round that off. So, and that's a very simplified version. It can get a lot more technical depending on how dead set targeted you want to be with your macros in order to hit your goals. But if you just want to play around with it and learn a little bit and see how your body changes in accordance with how you do that and how you balance your macros, it's a very sustainable and smart way to do things. And it's accurate, it's sustainable, it's there's just so many good things about it. So I wanted to point those things out so that you understand that it's not this restrictive thing. It's not this like, oh, you'll never get to eat dessert if you're counting macros. No, it doesn't work like that. And the beauty of that as well is if you're counting macros and you do work in space to enjoy the treats that you like, then it's also a great way to let go of any guilt. Like if you're one of those people who feels guilty for eating a few cookies or eating a couple scoops of ice cream, you're not going to have that guilt because it's like your plan is telling you, yep, go for it, because it's worked in. So hopefully that made sense. I know there's probably a lot of questions that come up. If you have questions, leave them in the comments, and feel free to join my free Facebook community where I can answer your questions a little more privately as well, and we will cheer you on with your goals. And I have lots of free resources in there and more free things to share, free recipes every Wednesday, healthy recipes, and all kinds of stuff. So that free Facebook community is FitFizz Raw Energy Oasis. I'll put a link in the comments as soon as this is over. But the link for the macro coaching is in the description. So I hope you'll check it out. It's only on sale until Wednesday, and then the prices are going to go up. And I don't know when it'll go on sale again. So I hope you'll check it out. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye.